back with another pair of TWS earphones. These ones, but I'll show you what they are. These are the Soundpeats Truedot. A few people recommended these to me, and for their price point, they're meant to be quite, meant to be quite good. So yeah, Soundpeats Truedot. As you can see, there's two variants. You have to be careful what you get, because otherwise you won't know until you open the box or it says in the listing. The listing said these are the Qualcomm one, which is the newer ones. It seems like the slightly older variant, which looks exactly the same, has a Realtek chipset, but that's what it looks like it is. So yeah, super generic, blah 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 blah. Nothing really. Sound for urban sports. These are IPX5 rated, so not obviously the highest, but for normal folks out there, that's fine. This is just some of the stuff you get in the box, which I don't really matters. Customer care, Shakespeare and Amazon. They've got a WhatsApp number. So it looks like if you register with them, you get up to 21 months warranty, free trial privilege. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look into that. Promotions, social online service. They've got a Facebook page. Blah 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 blah. Just the kind of normal generic stuff. So yeah, I've got the new version. See there? You can just about see it there. This is my first product I've ever had from them. To charge safely, please make sure the current is no greater than 5 volt 1 amp. I think I charged mine with 5 volt 1.2. I might be mistaken, and it was fine. So I guess that's just a guideline, so you don't put something stupid into it. So this is what's inside the box. Super simple. And there obviously you get the case. In there you get the spare tips, which I'll show you in a bit, and you get the charging cable. Obviously another information about their warranty, trial period, blah blah blah. Basically the same information as that little bit of card. That's it. I managed to get these for $23.99. I got mine from Amazon, and occasionally the seller puts on those vouchers where you get like £10 off or $10 off. It depends. These are also available on AliExpress, but it's easy if you just use, I think, your local Amazon. It's way quicker. So then there's just some tips, just normal tips. And here is the charging cable. I used this once just to try, but I just used my own, and that's it. Quite small. Seems well built enough. I used it once, but obviously everybody by now has a million cables around the place. So yeah, really small case. Probably the smallest case I've ever seen for TWS, which can be good or bad. So open it up. That's it. R and L. I'll show you those buds in a bit. Should be quiet. So information. A negative point is capacity 310 milliamp hours. Now for the same price you can get something like this, the M-Pows, the M5s, that's 800 milliamp hours, and these are give or take the same price. Case is a lot bigger, but it's got over twice the actual battery life. But that's, I reviewed those are pretty good. They sound pretty close to these, but anyway, I digress. Let's get back to it. So yeah, 310 milliamp hours, which is a negative part, but depends on your usage. If you're a light user, that battery life won't be a big deal. Plus this is super portable. So here's a flash drive, just a normal USB flash drive. Now look at the size difference. These things are quite small, so portable, so quite portable. Micro USB, it'd be good to see if it's Type C these days, but it's not a big deal. really. Does its job. Instructions. Soundpeats Truedot. Key thing here is Bluetooth 5, obviously QCC3020, so that's a Qualcomm chipset. Maximum working range 10 meters. That's about right. I had no issues at all. Working time 5 hours. I wouldn't say that. I couldn't get to 5 hours. I got to like, it depends on your volume, but I think the very best on low volume you'll probably get to like 4.5 hours. You won't really get to 5. EARBUDS charging time 2 hours. That's about right. The actual charging case about 2 hours. Yeah, that's about right as well. Charging case recharge earbuds. So basically, how many times you can charge them from the case. I don't think it's 3.5. About 3 times is about right. Is the more accurate representative. Obviously, all the contents. So the buds, charge cable, small, medium, and large. It comes with mediums fitted, if I get my memory right. Obviously, the case and the manual. The usage is super simple, which I'll show you in a bit. You can see all that. They can be used in mono or in stereo. The choice is yours. Obviously, there's all the power on and off. But one thing that's not on there, because basically they probably did a copy and paste from the Realtek chipset manual, which is probably the same, is these actually have volume control on them. It doesn't state it on here, but you have to just tap it once on the right one for it to go up, and you tap it once on the left one to go down. When you're on maximum volume, it'll do a double beep. That doesn't stay that on these instructions. They should really update that, because a lot of people probably don't know. But yeah, power on and power off. It's split into two, because you like see, take out the earbuds from the case. Obviously, it turns them on. Press and hold the MFB for 1.5 seconds. So the multifunction button, press and hold F and B, is if they're not in the case and obviously they've got power, you can turn them on that way. Same thing, 10 seconds to turn them off or put them back in the case. Double tap the button, play and pause. Yes, press and hold it for the next track, previous track. You know, all this is quite self-explanatory. How to reject, activate assistant, all that's pretty normal. How you wear them, yeah, it takes a little bit of adjustment, but as you can see, insert the earbud into your ears and adjust to find the best angle with a microphone pointing downwards. So as you can see in that picture, that's how it should be really. Pairing, super easy. You know, if you know any Bluetooth devices, it's all super straightforward. You can read all that. They say it can be used in mono. This is one thing I couldn't test. See, on number 2 it says when the Soundpeats Truedots are connected with a phone with a Snapdragon 855 excuse me, or higher, there'd be 2 pairing names. I don't have a Snapdragon 855, so I can't test that, but that's what it is. You can see all that. Factory reset if you have to. Mine have been flawless, so I haven't had to do that, but that's how you reset it on the factory reset. Yeah, when you put them in the case, they light up red to say them charging. As you say, all TWSs tend to have the same. You know, if you've used one, then you've used all of them. And there you go. That should be it. Yeah, there you go. Super straightforward. So yeah, when you're charging them, it will light up red. That there. Yeah, R and L. The magnets are really good. You can't make, they just fit in perfect. Nice little case. I would like, there's a couple of flaws, but I'll tell you those in a bit. Let's get to comfort. Comfort's good. I don't think it's the best because of its shape. That's not the shape of your ear. I still think from all the ones that I've tried, the Mifo 05s are still the best because they're the more I'll show you these daddies, because the actual inner shape fits better than these, but they are a lot more expensive and they can charge 15 times over, and these only do like 3 from the case. But I think they're still probably one of my favourites. But yeah, comfort was good, not great but not bad, just good comfort. Touch sensitive, so it's not a button, just touch, which can be good or bad. The thing is, the whole thing is the touch, which is, so if you take it in and out of your ears, it's really sensitive, so you always have to touch it by the sides. And one of the negatives now is this L and R. In some light that's quite hard to read, and from a quick glance they look exactly the same. That's trying to pair to my phone, but it's obviously my Bluetooth off. When these connect, you'll see a white light in each, and then when you play music or talking, the lights go off, which I like. When you pause it, the lights come back on. So say if you check, you think, oh, I've left them on by accident. You know the one, because they're white. Both of them are white. Yeah, small hole there is a microphone. There's a small hole there, which I guess is the vent for the dynamic. I think they've used a pretty good dynamic driver, so when I get to the sound you'll understand. So there's right, left, obviously the 2 connectors to charge. I wish these would have been, if say in certain lights you can't really see because it's shiny back, shiny like background. If there's a little bit of colour, I think would have been good. Like L, that could have been like a little bit of blue there or something, a little bit of red there. But yeah, sound pretty good, to be honest. I found the mids and the treble quite balanced, and then with a tends to be the norm is a bit of a bump in the bass. I don't mind that. I don't mind excessively bright treble, that's really puts me off, but a little bit of elevated bass, I have no issues with it. Good details, good instrument separation, sounded good in like all genres. I couldn't really fault it. Just seats just turned off because it couldn't pair. Yeah, good. I think they sound really good. I couldn't really fault the sound at all. But yeah, bass is a bit elevated. If you like something more neutral, these won't be for you. But I like that kind of sound, balanced mids to treble, a bit of a bump in the bass. That's fine for probably me, for most people. Yeah, like I said, IPX5 rated. So yeah, isolation, good, not great, not bad, kind of average, I'd guess. That might depend what tip to use as well. Let's go to soundstage. Soundstage was average, and the imaging I would say is average. So the sounds, they sound big enough, not narrow, not big, just kind of in the middle, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, battery life, like in the like I mentioned, you won't get 5 really. You'll get low 4s, I think, depending on battery life. And yeah, that's what the tips look like. I'll take one off. So you got a good lip there to keep it secure. Let's talk about, yeah, microphone. Calls are okay. Calls are quite clear. I wouldn't say they're great, I wouldn't say they're bad. You could actually make do with a call, I think. I couldn't test these in a loud environment because obviously with what's going on, you can understand what I mean. But yeah, the microphones sound okay. Let's get to latency. I haven't tried any games with these. I've tried them with just YouTube videos, and I've tried them with a film off my phone. My phone is a Xiaomi Redmi Note 4. It's only Bluetooth 4.1, but that's all I've got at the moment. And it syncs perfectly. I don't know what it will be with iOS or anything, I don't know, but with my phone these sync perfect with YouTube, and like a film I tried with VLC Play on my phone, the sync was perfect. So obviously at least the connection is really good, you know, between them. Yeah, good things. They look super generic, but I like that. They look kind of bland looking, so they don't stand out like a sore thumb. Like my Mi phone models, they stand out more, which I don't know if is a good thing. I like that when you're actually using them, that there's no light on, so it's a little bit more subtle. You know, hopefully makes it less of a theft, less stealable when you're using them. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Pretty good for $23.99. I like them. The flaws is, from my opinion, is the LNR needs a better implementation of left or right, and the case really, it has no battery light, so I have no idea how much juice is in that. Obviously I've charged it a couple of times, you know, for testing, but there's nothing. Like the Mifo, which is in the same kind of price, there you go. Oh no, it's fully charged because I charge it up. Come on, show me. It's been disobedient. But yeah, I know this one's fully charged. It's a shame that doesn't show it. Really just there. I'd like the case to have more battery life, but it's a good or bad thing that it's small. And yeah, I think for the price, for how they sound, I've used a good dynamic driver. These are an easy recommendation. I don't think they're worth much more than like £30, £35. If you can't get a deal, they're not worth more than that. But for this price, for 23, and I think on AliExpress recently it was like 21. If you can wait for shipping, then fine. For that, they're really good. The connection between them is really good. You know, they're a solid device. I think the case needs to be bigger and maybe a more of an ergonomic shape, but that's really like nitpicking. But yeah, they sound really good sound. And yeah, a long video from me, but I wanted to, because these are quite good, these deserve a longer video. So for like $23.99 ish, easy recommendation. And make sure you get the Qualcomm ones if that's the ones you want. You have to check the listing. The listing, which I'm going to link in the description, is from Amazon UK, and the seller was Tech EU, I think. Yeah, and the listing said it had the QCC 3020s, so I knew it was a Qualcomm. Yeah, long video for me, but I like to be in depth if something's really good. Well, you know, if it's worth your money. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video.